Hey guys, welcome back to the Outer Realm. I'm Joe LaBarbera. Today we're in Buffalo, New York, fishing a Lake Erie tributary. Float fishing with the center pin, trying to catch ourselves to the steelhead. It's a rock. See, like popping cardboard out the lid. Tags. Open it up for my fat dome. Oh gosh, yeah. Fresh. Pop her down.
What are you putting on that?
It's an 8mm craft bead that's painted by a company called Steelhead Beads. There's a bunch of companies out there that either start with a plastic color and then add painted accents, or they just have them made in a certain color pattern. These guys, no two beads they make are the same. They're really cool. And then I go to a number 6 BKK Allrounder, and I snell knot that to my 6-pound leader. And I didn't leave a big enough tag in. This is gonna be a tight knot. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Could you see that?
I think so, yeah.
So the knot was down the shank, and when you pull your main line, it pulls all those wraps that are around the shank of the hook up to the eye. And then you just trim that little tag end. She's trimmed, and now the last thing to do is I'm just gonna pin my bead about 1.5 inches up the line. So they're gonna eat the bead. I'm gonna watch the float bloop, drop down, and when I hit them with pressure, the hook is gonna swing around, and that snell knot, the way that it's tied, digs up into the roof of that fish's mouth because of the way it's tied. I don't know where my pegs are for these though. Shoot. Oh, there's one. To catch a steelhead. And the perfect drift. Let's see if we can get one. Yeah. Come on, go faster. It's hard when it runs that slow. You can probably see that the line is laying on the water, and that's not what you want. You don't get a natural look with that. Gotta hold the rod real high and keep the line off the water. It's a lot easier though when the current's moving fast like it is back there. Come on. They should be sitting just on this side of that shelf. That's a rock. I mean, I know where they're sitting. I can almost see them. Like, I think I see them every once in a while. Oh, I'm dragging. Come on. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Damn. Right there. Shit. Son of a gun. That was a hell of a drift. I'm gonna freaking catch one. It might take me like 45 minutes to cover this whole area, but I'm gonna catch one. There's that same freaking rock. I don't think that was a rock. Maybe it is. I'm gonna catch that rock. Come on, baby. Darn it. So, came down to old tried and true spot. Water clarity's pretty good, but I think we kind of missed that morning bite. They should, they'll eat again in the afternoon. We might come back, but we're gonna switch gears to somewhere scenic and beautiful, so at least we can show you guys some B-roll if we suck again. Got him, got one. It's a decent fish. It's not huge, but it's all right.
What's this?
Yeah, a little change of spots, change some baits, go to some real subtle stuff when they get finicky. Got ourselves our first steely of the day. Oh yeah, baby. She's pretty. She's fresh too. Look at how dime bright she is in the net. Once you guys see what she looks like, I'll take you through that whole drift because it was picture perfect. She was right where she should have been. I just had to show her a different bait. This is the second different color I showed her. Somebody else came through, fished that exact same rock. We finally just got him when it's tough. Persistence pays off. Yes! Whew. See, she's fresh out of the lake. She's stinking strong. A December fish that just swam up these couple of miles. I mean, she's got all kinds of fight in her. Oh, she got the BKK out of her mouth finally. That Allrounder had her pegged though. What a great hook. What a picture perfect chromer. All right, let's let her go. She's been the boost I needed to get through the rest of the day. It's like noon. So we fished for like 2 hours at the other spot almost, hour 45 minutes, no bites. It was nice to finally see the float go down, and when I hit her, it was nice to see that rod go wah, wah, wah. That Lamb of Glass closer from Roger Hincliffe. What a great design. Let's put her back where she came from. Lake Erie tributaries, baby. Gosh, that feels good, dude. I needed that, bro. Like, I needed that, dude. So you want to know where she was? I'll show you. I hit this drift up here in these bubbles, and I wanted to keep my bait as tight to the slate rock as possible, as close to that slate rock on the far side of the creek. So I let it run down the side of the slate rock. It opens up into a bowl there, and then I wanted to get it as close to the next corner as possible. There's another boulder here that we're gonna show you in a second, and as soon as I came out of the bowl, across the face of it, and there was another rock on the corner, My float got as tight to that corner rock that's jetting out as possible, and all of a sudden, boop, she just dropped. The float just dropped a couple of inches, barely even got under the surface, and I just whacked her. Rod stayed loaded and bounced, and I knew I had one, not the bottom. It's perfect execution. I got lucky. I'll take it. Got him. Got him. And I didn't hook him good. Oh, you got the net? Look at that. Now that's a camera guy. Oh yeah, he's better fish. He's not huge either, but he's better. Look at how fast he is. Oh my gosh. That's a steelhead right there. Gosh, I love when they showcase that speed. Oh, don't rub me off on that rock. I'm just milking this one because I did hook her great. The funny thing is I drifted through there when I had the other bait on before, and I really thought the other bait would have been better, but this just must be the bead they want today. This is where having a 13-foot rod makes a huge difference. If I had a little, like an 11.5-foot centerpin rod right now, I'd be way more likely to lose this fish, and I don't think I would have even hooked her at all. But since she's swimming upstream, I'm just keeping that hook across her face. If I were to switch and fight her over my other shoulder, I'd be likely to pull that hook away from her mouth. This keeps it buried back in the corner of her mouth by me pulling against her. You want your rod leaning the opposite direction of the fish. If she turns and swims downstream away from me, I'm gonna switch. So I'm pulling it across her face. I'm gonna go right past you. Oh, nope, she knew what I was gonna do. She's pointed upstream again, so I'm gonna point my rod downstream. We're gonna keep him in the water, give him a second to breathe and not be fighting. Always put your reel cover back on. Centerpin reels, you can't get even a flake of dust in them. See if we can show you guys that BKK Allrounder and how good. I gotta believe it's either in the tip or buried in the corner of his mouth. That's that BKK Allrounder. That's the eye of the hook where I'm tied on, right next to those teeth. But that's why you tie that snell knot, so it buries in the meat of his snout, and all of your line is out away from these teeth. That is the perfect hook. There we go, finally got it. All right, guys. Steelhead number 2 of the day. I didn't want to fish the exact same drift because I felt like pulling that one out of the first spot might have shaken things up. So I walked 100 feet, no, 50 feet upstream to fish a completely different drift, and third drift through, bam, banged another one. So it didn't take long. I mean, I retied after the last fish. This is 15 minutes later. So fish number 2. Got him, got him. He's little, but I got him. We call those a jack. That's a 1-year-old fish. That's what size they are, they stock them. Oh, there we go. Just a little guy. I mean, that's right where that hook should get him, right in the corner of the mouth. He was facing upstream. He bit the bead, the line flew through his mouth and caught him right in the corner. My hands are too cold to get. Got the future of Lake Erie tributaries. Bye-bye, little guy. It's fun watching them go bloop, hit them and knowing it's a fish. It's nice. You see them in those shadows. There's that slate kind of wall. The slate kind of runs this way upstream, and you can just see that dark shadow. They're just up against the wall trying to stay out of the current, just keeping their right eye looking into the current. When they see something go by, they have to make a split-second decision. Am I gonna eat it or am I not? The younger ones are dumber. They usually eat it. Hook set. So guys, today on the Outer Realm was a little bit different. We spent some time chasing a different species. We weren't using a bait caster or a spinning reel. Shoot, we weren't even using a fly rod. Busted out the tried and true centerpin. Kind of an elitist technique, but an absolutely natural presentation. It was so fun. We got ourselves 2 or 3 fish. Third one, I don't know if we can really call it a fish. It was just a little guy. But I hope you guys kind of got some of the basics. The biggest thing that I can tell everybody is when you're fishing clear water, find those dark spots. Let your float follow the bubble lines. And if you can drift yourself real naturally into those bubble lines by keeping your line up off the water, that'll allow you to get a real natural drift. You have the best chance of catching fish using a technique that is way, way different. We could be out here, Lake Erie, it's got different regulations than Lake Ontario. We could be out here throwing jerk baits, fishing a crankbait, fishing an inline spinner, and these fish will chase it. But a tough day like today, really, one of the best ways to catch them, especially fish that are hiding in these shadows, is giving them a really natural drift and tricking them into eating an egg imitation like that little bead. Again, guys, I'm Joe LaBarbera. Thanks for watching The Outer Realm. See you again soon.